The Czech Republic upset Netherlands after Matthew de Ligt's red card in the 52nd minute, and the reigning Euro champions Portugal lose to Belgium 1-0. It was a lot going on. What up, homies? Okay, it is June 27th, second day of round two. We had Belgium versus Portugal, Netherlands versus Czech Republic started the morning off. Now, when you take a look at the rankings, so first of all, I'm really high on Netherlands. I think they play a real good brand of ball. They weren't able to win today. It was actually a 0-2 loss for the Netherlands. I thought it was going to be, I predicted a 2-1 Czech Republic would lose, but they ended up winning the game. Now, when you take a look at this, Netherlands comes in at world rankings of 16, and the Czech Republic comes in at world rankings of 40. So naturally, you would think Netherlands should win the game. Obviously, that's not how this game works. That's not how it goes. The game started out where there was a lot of grief for Netherlands for not playing a standard 4-3-3, but I see what they were trying to do, get a little more action through the middle up top, separating out the lines. But I'll tell you what, they were playing very compact, both teams did. But at the end of the day, first of all, the Dutch looked good attacking, right? But the Czech Republic is a solid defensive team, solid. I think they may go farther than people believe. I believe Czech plays Denmark, which is going to be a really challenging matchup because that back line of the Czechs, they can slow down that Denmark attack that kind of doesn't really work through the middle anymore, but they go around the sides or direct passes to streaking runners. So we'll see how that goes. But this game really lost itself. It was 0-0 until the biggest moment of the game. De Ligt actually had a red card in the 52nd minute. Now, when you look at it, he was running the ball. It was just him. He was the last man. Technically, there was 3 or 4 other Netherlands players further away. But the direct path right outside the 18-yard box, Matthew de Ligt was sitting there. The forward was striking right behind him. He kind of stumbled. And when he stumbled, he didn't just roll, and drop in front of the ball to try to trip the player, which he should have done. Would have been much more natural. But he panicked, and he got his hand, and he scooped the ball right outside the 18-yard box. So originally, they thought that's just going to be yellow card, free kick outside the box, that's the threat. And then VAR got involved and said, no, you know what? The real issue here is that he had a direct path to goal. It was technically a breakaway, a clear goal-scoring opportunity. VAR came back, gave him a red card. That changed the entire game. See, it didn't just change the game because there are only 10 players on the field. It changed the game because Netherlands have naturally took out a striker and brought in another defensive player. Now, they do a great job. The Dutch do a great job working the ball up from the back, creating opportunities, looking for holes, looking for space. When you take out that extra player, it changes everything they do. Their style of play does not suit a direct path to a scoring opportunity, but rather building up, and they have great players. The team is stacked. The team is loaded. I mean, honestly, their lineups for Netherlands is quite actually amazing. Memphis Depay, Wijnaldum, De Jong, Dumfries, De Ligt, Daley Blind. I mean, they are loaded. So when you have these situations, it's actually quite historic that the Czech Republic and their fans were going wild. Their fans were awesome. They were so excited. This game really got cracking in the 68th minute when there was a free kick from a kind of a dumb foul, but it looked inconsequential back there on the right baseline, probably 3 yards from the line, and they did a cross into the far post where it was headed back to Thomas Holes, and he hits it in easy. Now, the mistake on this replay, you have to see, the keeper overcommitted to run after that very first header. Then the keeper runs to the right side with his 2 people, and then 3 of the Netherlands defenders were sitting back on the line. So when it went up to Czech right in front of the goal to Thomas Holes, he just headed it in because they weren't even pressuring him. They weren't even closing down his space. This was only compounded. The game was closed. The door was shut in the 80th minute. Patrick Schick scored another goal in the 80th minute. Now, this was a takeaway that was beautiful, almost in the middle of the field. Takeaway. He goes all the way down to inside the box and just passes it off to Patrick Schick, and boom, 2-0. Now, this was a huge upset, but not unheard of. This Czech Republic team is strong. They're primarily focused in the defense. They've got really solid lines. They've got really solid build-up play. And Schick has been, he's got 4 goals. So he's just up there with Ronaldo with the most goals for the tournament, I believe. If I'm wrong, I apologize if that changes or moves around a little bit. Right now, he has 4 goals, which is impressive. It's also important to understand, too, that Netherlands actually did not get a shot on goal for this entire game. And I really think they started off hesitant. They stayed back. They didn't want to press her too much. And then when they got the red card, they sat back and they just weren't able to have that build-up play that created a shot. And their shot selection weren't great today. So I look forward to this team getting better and better over time. 10 people against the Czech Republic is probably not going to happen when you like to manage in space. But better luck to them next tournament. Now, where Netherlands was unable to get a single shot on target, Belgium was only able to get 1 shot on frame, but it was enough to beat Portugal 1-0. Starting out, Belgium is the #1 ranked team in the world rankings. Portugal's number 5. So you have in the very second round, you have the top 5 teams playing each other. What turned out to be a very chippy affair. Very aggressive. Now, let's be honest. I was very excited for this game, not because I knew who would win. I actually thought Belgium was going to win 2-1. I definitely thought that Ronaldo was going to get himself a goal. I am basically horrible at predicting these, apparently. First round was a little easier for me. This is not working out great. These are both attacking teams. You expected to see a lot of firepower up front, maybe a little bit of neglection on the defense, but that is the opposite of what happened. Both of these teams came out pragmatic, holding back. It was actually, honestly, Belgium, they were sitting like two kind of flat lines, Portugal too, so there wasn't so much space to play with. But both of these teams were attacking left to right. It was in pushing each other, fouling. I think as a matter of fact, it was like this game ended, Belgium had 14 fouls, Portugal had 9. There's only 5 yellow cards, although the ref was calling anytime somebody dove and flopped, they were getting a card. And unfortunately, I think we know Portugal loves to bait people into cards. Nothing wrong with it, but it is what it is. The consequences of this game turned out that by the end of the game, Belgium, while they won 1-0, De Bruyne actually left the game. He asked to be subbed, and then Eden Hazard also left the game. Looked like his hammy. I don't know for sure what happened, but before Eden Hazard was hurt, his brother, Tongan Hazard, was tearing up the game. He was the goal scorer in the 42nd minute. He gets the ball on the outside left, top of the 18-yard box. He ripped it. It dipped low, then to the right, just outside Portugal's keeper. Great shot. It was a monster. I've kind of figured there would be more shots after that, but it wasn't. And not only did he have the best shot, not only was he the player of the game, but he, on that left side, him and his brother were doing damage on that left side. And one of the things I found out, or actually when I saw that the team the team lined up the way it was, Dallo actually replaced Semedo as a right fullback because he was getting torched up the last game. So it's a good thing they did it, but it looked like Belgium's goal was still to rip up that left side. That was their main focus of their attack. So after Belgium scored in the 32nd minute, Belgium basically, what they did is they sat everybody back, like a back line of 5 at times, or 2 lines of 4. They didn't go anywhere, which gave Portugal the opportunity to have a shooting, basically a firing squad on Belgium for the rest of the game. Portugal had 23 shots, only 4 on target, versus Belgium's 6 shots with only 1 on target. All the youngsters came in for Portugal. They had João Felix, Bruno Fernandes, Renato Sanchez, Silva. Everyone came in, and you could tell that this team is going to be promising moving forward. I liked it. They were unable to get a lot of the movement going, but primarily because when they came in off these subs, the goal was to pound the box. They knew they needed to get a goal. So there was a lot of delivery from the left and right side, sending him in the box, trying to get headers, trying to get volleys. And they hit the woodwork. The goalie made an amazing save. So they had opportunities. I was almost convinced Portugal was going to score because they were getting such great opportunities. And also, you know how it is. Every single time the ball goes in the box, Portugal's falling to the ground trying to get a penalty. The ref did a good job in the box, not allowing them to bait him into one of those penalties. But at the end of the day, Belgium moves on. We have a brand new champion, as Portugal is the reigning champions. Belgium did a solid job. Now, let's see what they still have, right? You have, without Eden Hazard, possibly De Bruyne, he may come back. We'll see what this team looks like. I think as far as a squad, they have enough players to do it. I don't really like when Belgium sits back. It wasn't super exciting to watch, but, you know, moving forward, we'll see what happens. Anyway, just my day. This round was good. It was a great game. I didn't expect Czech Republic to move on and push the Netherlands out. I did expect Belgium to move on, although I know a lot of people did not believe that. A lot of people believe Portugal was going to continue past Belgium. It was still a solid game. Talk to everyone soon. Join the channel if you like. I hope everyone has a good day.